What's up, hungry ones? Happy, merry, journalistic Christmas. Welcome to the Munchers LiveCast. I am Johnny.
And I am the only Mitch.
And, as I said, merry journalistic Christmas because E3 is here. We didn't get the social media traction we were hoping for, so I am in a t-shirt and shorts, and Mitch is not in a fleece onesie.
Thank God. Although, actually, it's pretty cool out today. Like, I guess if I really had to, I could open my window. I mean, it's like 59 or 60 degrees here in Nevada.
It is.
So I got lucky.
It's 75 outside right now in Rochester.
Nice.
And humid as
fuck.
fuck.
Yeah. Motherfucking yeah, that's right. It's E3, and lucky for us, the big the press conferences and shit are all this weekend before the actual show. So we're able to actually split E3 up into 2 episodes, which will give us a little more breathing room to actually talk about shit and enjoy ourselves instead of just bam, bam, chopping out stories, knocking out stories.
Yeah, and I like that it's gonna. Plus, we can give stories a bit more breathing room in terms of being talking about them a bit more in depth. And hey, this exists. Next, this exists. Next.
Yeah, this still exists. There's a new trailer. Whoop-de-doo. But so yeah, let's get right into it.
Yes.
I think the biggest
pop out the chat, so I'm taking care of that. All right, we're good.
Oh yeah. So we want to start with the biggest story for us, or build up?
What? Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Let's see. We'll because we did the same thing we did last year, everybody. For those that didn't see it, we had this last year. A spreadsheet full of crap to talk about. So we're gonna start with one of our favorite, if not our favorite, fighting game developer just recently acquired some rights that makes us very happy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally about to get the Dragon Ball game we've all deserved.
Yes. Dragon Ball Fighters.
No offense to Bamco Nandai. Ish. But they have announced Dragon Ball Fighters. I believe it's spelled with fighters with a Z because Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. And it's edgy.
Yeah.
In early 2018, a new 3-on-3 Dragon Ball fighting game. Should we get to the trailer now, or do you want to cut to it, talk about it a little bit first?
We'll get to the trailer when we get to it. For now, we can talk about just the leak. It's a 3-on-3 fighting game. Rip Capcom. Marvel's dead. Long live fucking Dragon Ball, I guess, now.
It is an IP that everyone has been begging for, a good quality fighting game, and I can't think of a better developer to be at the helm.
Yeah, officially licensed fighting game.
Yeah.
I mean, there was that fan one in the Mugen engine last year or the year before that was apparently really good.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's also... some people can do good things with the Mugen engine.
Yeah, it's technically a good fighting game engine. It's just the broken shit people do because it's open source.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that got leaked a few days ago. Trailer came out today. We'll be watching that soon.
Yeah, oddly as part of the Microsoft press conference, which I thought was bizarre.
Here's what I think is going on. So exclusivity is dead.
God.
Just in the video game world, with the exception of a few games, almost everything comes to PC at this point. There's still some console exclusivity, but outside of Nintendo, a lot of stuff is multi-platform these days, including Dragon Ball Fighters, which is going to be on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Because Bamco knows what the fuck they're doing now. But I think what's going on is that Microsoft, they want to sell more Xboxes. They need to sell more Xboxes. So for their press conference today, they just put on a ton of they just paid, Bamco and a bunch of other publishers to put multi-platform games on their press conference, because they had a lot of game trailers, but a lot of them are like multi-platform, at least Xbox and PC, or at best the most exclusive trailers, the most exclusive games they have will still be available on the Windows Store, if not Steam on PC.
Right.
But I think they're just trying to trick people, honestly, into buying Xboxes by showing all these multi-platform games on their own press conference to make people think, oh my god, it's going to be on Xbox. It's going to be an exclusive. I got to go get me an Xbox. And then the game will come out in, a year or whatever. We'll find out. Oh, fuck. Well, never mind. Whoops. Because, there was the Metro Exodus trailer. That's another one that's going to be multi-platform. Like a bunch of games that they showed that I'm like, wait a minute. But yeah, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Official trailer came out today. It's exciting. But before we get to that, we got some other news from this week.
There is one thing I do want to touch on also with this this collaboration here, because it is going to be published by Bandai Namco.
Yeah.
If this goes well enough, this could open up the ideas of maybe putting Guilty Gear characters in a Tekken game, or Soul Calibur characters in a Guilty Gear game, or crossovers that some fighting game fans have had shubbies for years.
Yeah, I guess I could see it. I think more like Soul Calibur characters showing up in Guilty Gear than anything, or Guilty Gear characters showing up in Soul Calibur.
Right.
Tekken, just the aesthetics of Tekken, I don't know if they would work as well with Guilty Gear, but
yeah,
I guess that is it is still like, it's an interesting possibility. Now you bring up the fact that they're working together for the first time, I think. I haven't heard, I can't think of something where Arc System Works actually worked with Bandai Namco in the past, so.
Right. Because, could you put like Axel in Soul Calibur?
Oh, dude. Oh, my God. He'd be so broken.
He would be.
Like, the range of his fucking normals. He would just swing the Kusarigama around in a big circle and just get knockdown after knockdown from a mile away. It'd be unbeatable.
Yeah, it would be the new Link, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There's like, you're not allowed to play him ever.
Yeah.
It ruins
or like
friendships.
Fucking Yoda.
Yes.
Oh, man. But I could see, like, especially like Nightmare, or like Nightmare showing up in Guilty Gear. Totally could see that in that art style.
Or I would love
he's
to see,
already
like,
so cartoonish.
Like Ivy in fucking Guilty Gear.
Oh yeah. Or like, like Soul and Kai. I think they could both fit in Soul Calibur pretty easily.
Very easily, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe Scene thrown in there too. Just, because they're all weapon based. They're all swinging swords around.
Yeah.
But moving forward in this juggernaut of news was one project that made me really happy, because Edward McMillan is one of my favorite indie game designers, and he has announced a new platforming game titled The End Is Nigh. Excuse me.
Yeah. The really cute trailer. Actually, should probably pop that up.
Yeah, it's actually right within the story, so I just realized I forgot to punch in my birth date, so I'm born in 1973, I promise. I wasn't, actually. Ah! Yeah, let's turn that down a touch.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna load up one of my.
Yeah, I like the way this trailer is presented.
Yeah, I love it when
classic old school.
Yeah, when people like take inadvertent digs, or like perfect digs at like streamers that
You got your going left and right, and like.
Oh my god! I just noticed the fucking live 0 watching. I didn't notice that the first time I watched the trailer. That's great.
Jump right down here, land right in there.
Oh,
there you go.
Edmund McMillan knows what he's doing.
Stage 1. Stage 1's easy. Stage 1.
Also, I don't know if it's just me, but like the voiceover on this sounds a lot like this guy, Rich Evans. He's part of
fucking,
what's the name of it?
Oh, fuck.
Red Letter Media.
Oh god, no, this can't be broke. Here, let me get cartridge out.
But mostly just right here in the parts.
Oh no, it's still not working. Oh fuck, what am I gonna do? Fuck!
And the real
looks, the art style, the challenge looking of it.
It's very Meat Boy by the look of it. Just, simple, easy to parse, visuals, pure skill. Fucking.
And also, it sounds like, God, why am I drawing a blank on his name? The composer. Danny Baranowski. It sounds like he's reprising his role as composer for this game. At least I hope so, because I love his games and Danny's composing, and I probably butchered his name, which if you're watching this, I dreadfully apologize. Are a match made in heaven. I love all of the soundtracks. I love the Binding of Isaac soundtrack. I do cardio to the fucking Super Meat Boy soundtrack.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I would be. I'd put. Fuck, how words. What do they mean? I'd be shocked if he wasn't working with Danny Baranowski again, because they seem to have a great relationship. At least like working relationship.
Nice qualifier.
Yeah. Gentlemen, start your slash fiction.
I'd ship that.
They have a great relationship.
I'd ship that. Oh my god!
But yeah, they seem to work really well together. Oh my god, yeah. Wow, we are seeing somebody coming up to speed on the internet.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna try to qualify myself. Anyway.
So yeah. New game. Moving right along.
Yes.
We got another sort of pre-E3, like earlier this week, reveal of something I think a lot of people have been waiting for a very long time. Dissidia NT, or as it is probably known to most fans, Dissidia Final Fantasy, is coming to the PlayStation 4.
Yes.
Which, for those who don't know, Dissidia is a sort of... It's, I guess you would call it like a third-person fighting game, almost. I feel like it comes from some of the same design philosophy as like Gundam Full Boost versus Extreme.
Yeah, it does sort of have a feel like, I don't know if you remember Ergi's God Bless the Ring.
Yeah.
Very kind of similar to that. Great series of games. It's been in the arcades actually for maybe a year and a half, maybe longer.
It's been out in arcades for a while. But thankfully they're finally porting it. I guess it's actually a Koei Tecmo Team Ninja game, which is kind of interesting. That Square would, license that out, and to them of all people.
Yes.
But again, that third person experience with the billions of Dynasty games makes perfect sense.
Yep. And
let's rev up this.
Yeah, let's show the announcement trailer, and then we'll get into some of the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Peggy 12.
Here we go.
12. PlayStation. So I think this is going to be a one of the few at this point, exclusives. They're a dying breed.
Yeah, exactly.
But looks pretty. In the way that Koei Tecmo games look pretty. Um,
Nice dye job.
yeah, that's the hot thing, I guess, now. So these are our two... I don't even know what to call them exactly. They're not really main characters. I guess they're the sides in some unspecified conflict you can fight for.
I love that they're covering up what the things are with, like, Nameless Knight, Nameless Wanderer.
Yeah. Even though you can... I mean, some of these are, like, I legit can't tell what characters some of these are. That's clearly Terra from 6. Like, that's one I can tell. Gee, I have no idea who this jobber is.
Or this
Nameless
guy.
Soldier. Yeah. I couldn't remember his name today.
Oh, Zidane.
Squall! That's right. Now I
Oh, yeah.
remember.
Tidus.
Oh, Jekt. It even said literally Jekt shot. Yeah, Tidus. I know Lightning's gonna be in. Apparently, he doesn't show up in the trailer, but I think Noctis from Final Fantasy 15 is confirmed as like a DLC character.
Yep. Because the article that this came from Engadget had a sub-headline that said, finally a chance to punch Noctis in the face.
Yeah. It's funny. So they just showed, aw, yeah, Shiva. So they showed Cloud and Sephiroth in this trailer, and it really shows how many years it's been and how long Square has been at this. Because I saw those two, and I wasn't, like, excited, and like, yeah, Cloud and Sephiroth showing off. I was like, this again? Can't we... These boys are at it again? Come on. Give them a rest.
It has been, like, a stupid amount of time that they've been really trying to rehash that. And that's one thing I'm sure that we're going to hopefully hear about this year is the remake still existing?
Probably at the Sony conference.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would almost have to be it. But yeah, Dissidia coming to PS4. As you can see, it's a 3-on-3 fighter, because RIP Capcom. They didn't even get Marvel out yet, and it's already like the new hot fighting game thing.
Yep.
They're not even going to be like the first... I almost feel bad. Almost, but not quite feel bad for them. Just because they're getting beaten to the punch with something that's basically their own formula that other people are just iterating on. But yeah. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I haven't heard a ton about Dissidia, but the little snips and bits I've heard from people who've gone to Japan and played like the arcade version seems to be a pretty positive reaction to it. At the very least, it's fun.
Yeah, like, I've been playing the PSP ones on and off because I have them on my my system digitally. Love the games.
Nice.
They're neat little, it's a nice little story, a little time waster kind of a thing. I am really excited for it to be on a system like this. I mean, you are going to have to land between two systems to do it in like multiplayer, any kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just because the way the game is portrayed, it's like that over-the-shoulder action kind of, camera.
I think,
but good.
I think fans of these types of games are pretty used to that with like, because Gundam was the same thing with Extreme Versus.
Yeah.
You also had to like LAN a bunch of PS4s together and import the game.
Yeah. That gets expensive.
Yeah. But yeah, so looks fun. Looks like a good time.
So let's move into another company that has been doing a lot of things right lately, which about time. Sega.
Yeah. Sega.
So Sega is working with a fun little publisher known as Atlas to bring us two brand new titles. Well, yeah, brand new. In Yakuza 6 and 13 Sentinels.
Sort of new. Yakuza 6 has actually been out for a year.
Oh, has it? Oh, no, yeah. See, I always
confuse
it comes out 0.
Oh, well, here's the... it's weird, because all the Yakuza games, they only recently started getting popular in the US, but the series has been going since 2006. So, like, at this point, we're just playing catch-up in the States. So like Yakuza 6 came out, I think last year, or even possibly in 2015. Oh no, last year. But it's just coming to the US like this year. And I think it was the same thing with Zero, where I want to say Zero might have come out in like 2015. And that only came out here earlier this year. But yeah, so they're going to show off Yakuza 6 at E3, which will be, I think, the first time they've really showed the game off in the US. And more importantly, Sega, vis-a-vis owning Atlas, and Atlas being the main publisher for Vanillaware, chose to put, of all things, 13 Sentinels, Aegis, Aegis, Airguys, Rim.
I think Aegis? That's what I'm going to
Yeah.
go with.
13 Sentinels, Airguys, God Bless the Rim, on the back of their badge, which is Vanillaware's upcoming title about being a teenage school kid in Japan and also a mech pilot. This might be
Japan.
This might be the prettiest Evangelion game we'll ever get. The aesthetics are going to be very different from what I've seen of like trailers for 13 Sentinels. It's a Vanillaware game, so it's got like that painted sort of 2D look to it. But it's kind of got like, I don't know, I'm a little on the fence about it actually, because the colors aren't quite there in it. It's sort of more washed out and brown and gray than I'm used to from Vanillaware games, and it has me a little nervous.
Yeah.
But yeah. So those of you who are actually at E3, check out the Sega booth. It appears that they're going to have a playable demo for 13 Sentinels and Yakuza 6 for people to check out. Yeah.
So now, okay, we're talking about people that are doing things right. Now let's talk about the seminal mistake artists of E3, the Microsoft Corporation. Because I had almost completely forgotten about the full DRM games, always on connection thing that Sony completely destroyed Microsoft with.
Yeah.
How to share a game on PS4. Well, here you go.
Yeah, they backpedaled on that.
Oh, yeah.
After the reveal, because people, oh boy, the reactions. But yeah, Microsoft just, this is just not their gen. They're just, oh boy. So last year, I want to say, they revealed the Microsoft Project Scorpio, an upcoming revision of the Xbox One hardware that would, be more powerful. It's like, it's going to be their version of the PS4 Pro, but apparently even beefier than the PS4 Pro. More support for like 4K and HDR and some other things. And here's what they finally decided to name it upon reveal: Xbox One X. Oh my god, Microsoft. Just, oh boy.
There we go.
A port for a Kinect anymore. You can't use it with a Kinect. It's like, unless there's like Bluetooth or something that I don't know about. But man, it's just, I don't know. There's only one front USB port apparently, from what I'm seeing here.
Well, that's the regular Xbox One has one, but it's on the side.
Huh.
Because we ran into that problem when we're like, okay, who plugs in their Brook converter for the KI tournament? Like, you actually have to get a hub to do anything like that.
Ugh. Awful. So yeah, I'm not an Xbox person, but man, that's just like, Xbox One was a dumb name for a console. I didn't think they could do worse than Xbox One. and yet they found a way.
Yeah, Microsoft
Especially,
is good at that, remember?
Yeah, I know. And it's like, I mean, like the Xbox One Scorpio would have been perfectly fine. That would have been a great name for, I mean, all things considered. In comparison to this, that would have been an awesome name for this thing if they had just you stuck with it. Just said, yeah, Xbox One Scorpio. That's like a cool sounding. That'll get the Mountain Dew drinking crowd to buy our console, you know?
Right.
Which actually, I mean, that all those people already have the console, but still, it'd help build that brand loyalty. But I guess they shot themselves in the foot because the other revision that they came out with, like a Sega, was the Xbox One S, and Scorpio would naturally shorten to S. So I guess they couldn't do that. But man, like at least make the X stand for something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's a mess. I mean, like the console itself looks fine. You know, it's like I said, it's beefier than the standard Xbox. It'll load faster, which is good because holy shit, the load times on some games on PS4 are getting pretty insane.
Like when I can start firing up a mission on Final Fantasy 15, hit auto travel, go to the bathroom, get a drink, come back, and then it's still wrapping up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Resident Evil 7 was like that, where if you have to load completely fresh, you know, the game it literally needs a full minute.
Oh my god.
To pull everything. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty game, and you know, there's like the save files for Resident Evil 7 are 30 megabytes.
Jeez.
There's a shitload of stuff that it like keeps track of in the game world, I guess, but man. Yeah. So, you know, Microsoft continues to kind of flail. You know, they're like I think I mentioned before, their press conference, they had trailers for tons of multi-platform games because they're just trying to trick people into buying Xboxes. They really only showed like a couple real exclusives, and they're not like the big games that people are looking for. You know, they're like weird little things. Maybe Crackdown 3. Not even sure. I don't know anymore. That game's been in development since goddamn forever ago.
Yeah, it has. One I don't know if it's necessarily exclusive, but it will probably be on PC too in the Microsoft Store. Is a sequel to a platformer from a couple years ago that I love the crap out of. Ori and the Blind Forest. They have announced a sequel called Ori and the Will of the Wisps. There it is. I kept missing the click.
Yeah.
Oh. Looking at the art on this, it still looks just as painterly and gorgeous as the last one did. In fact, here let's flash this up here.
Yeah. Get you an eye full of this.
We'll do this because then no one will know that we're doing this. Oh, that's why this sounds super low. There we go. Oh my gosh. It is just...
Man, that looks really good. Fucking...
it's weird. I have no words for this. Like, you know, we sit and we tear apart some trailers. This is just like... It's a bunch of Oris!
It's purty. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to say, like...
And
look at that.
The score to this trailer is like... I put the score to this on to just, like, take a nap. Because it's so relaxing.
Yeah.
But it suits... It's so well done that it suits the atmosphere of what's going on.
Oh, look at this poor sad owl. Shit, man, this is heartbreaking.
Well, the opening of Ori and the Blind Forest was fucking tragic too.
Yeah, I'm glad these guys are making another game. You know.
Did you get through Ori yet, or did you?
No, I haven't really touched it yet. I know. I need to play it. There's so many games. There's billions of games.
You're in the same boat as I am, sir.
Yeah. No, I had to get through Nier Automata, and then I needed to play fucking Neo, and
Oh, they stuck with the same musical theme to this too.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yee! Sorry, I sends chills.
Yeah.
So that is going to be absolutely fantastic. Whoops, you shouldn't be seeing that.
Now that's a fucking video game.
Spreadsheet.
Usually we just give you... Yeah, usually we just give you fucking bullshit on this show. Today we're actually fucking...
We're cranking it out.
There's at least one thing that we're just like, this looks good, just fucking watch it.
Yeah. We didn't
So
even tell one dick joke.
Yeah. I think, oh no, that's the summary video. I think that pretty much does it for, like, stories. Other than, EA had a press conference. We didn't care. They're making Battlefront 2 better than Battlefront 1 as an apology for Battlefront 1.
That's the only thing I took away from the EA press conference this afternoon, is that they had 80 minutes on stage. 30 of it was Battlefront.
Yeah, sounds about right. I mean,
that's how bad they feel.
How much time can you really spend on FIFA and Madden anyway,
Why do those games have a story mode?
Because story modes are cool now. Story mode is what people want out of their games. It's hip. It's hip to tip to dip.
Dip to dip dip to dip.
Dip the lip in the tip with the trip. Story mode.
Excuse me.
I mean, look at Street Fighter. That came out with a story mode and people were pissed. That's a fighting game.
Yeah, because everyone wanted esports, the fighting game, and they got it, and now they're still yelling about it.
Yeah. But, rip Capcom.
I had way more fun watching the Guilty Gear Rev finals that we did today.
Oh, yeah?
Just because my friend Jean, a.k.a. Capconian, is an Axel main, and I love watching people just abuse the fucking chain all over the screen. It's magical.
Ah, yes. Oh, man. Good times.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that kind of cleans up the stories. We can get right into just straight fucking videos.
Yeah, we'll go into the videos, and then I'll close with that other item. So let's start at the top here with Egomania is running wild, brother.
Oh yeah.
Do.
The power.
Here we go with
Assassin's Creed Origins.
Fuck you, ads. Oh god.
Oh yeah, there's new Assassin's Creed. No one's surprised. So yeah, new E3 gameplay trailer.
Yes.
For Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, aka Symphony of the Night Remastered. Because honestly, like, I have faith in Iga, and I don't want to talk shit about this game, but holy shit, some of this is literally just like that whole stage. That's just straight out of Symphony of the Night, which is fine. Symphony of the Night's a great game, but man, they literally took some like levels and stuff just completely unchanged right out of Soten. And then there's this nice looking lady right here. Boss fight. That sweet boss fight music.
And the boss fights look involved and pretty.
Yeah, like this boss fight actually looks really good. Like with the attack animations and I think that's kind of your victory, like getting the orb sort of moment right at the end there. But yeah, fucking Egomania. Bloodstained.
Yes.
It's happening. They have gameplay and it doesn't look bad. It looks better than Mighty Number 9.
We don't talk.
Which is a low bar to clear, but I know. We have to be cautious because these are kind of similar stories.
I understand that, but I mean, granted, yeah, we're setting the bar like no higher than a curb that you can still put a wheelchair up on.
Yeah, I do not want to get my hopes up for Iga, for Bloodstained and then have them dashed.
I really wish that I backed the Kickstarter so that I could have played the demo or the beta that they put out a while ago.
Oh yeah.
That was only for backers. But
yeah, I feel like I backed it. I did back it. The demo was all right. It felt good. It felt like Castlevania games have, in that Iga period.
Right.
It was solid. So yeah.
So
motherfucking Bloodstained.
Yeah, let's move on to a trailer for a game that I forgot that this series existed. And I now need to play all of them. Mitch and I were talking about this the other night when this went live.
Yeah. This I'm really excited for. Again, so Bamco's kind of killing it right now.
Right?
Seriously. Fucking, they're bringing back Ace Combat proper, like. The fucking Dragon Ball game. I think they made so much goddamn money off of Dark Souls that they can just do whatever they want now. This trailer is so goddamn anime. Like, just that first line, do you care what color the sky is or whatever, with the fucking imagery of the takeoff in the desert. Like, goddamn, guys.
They're
trying so hard.
Fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, this is really, and I mean, this is probably all like CGI, like cutscene footage, but still, it is really pretty. And I know there's clips of some gameplay from Tokyo Game Show that have popped up somewhere. I didn't quite go to the trouble of looking for them. Princess Elise is back from Sonic 06 to appear in this game. Along with, Wesker works on planes now. We've got a, badass looking prisoner pilot lady that's probably going to be a playable character. Like, they really just kind of set up the story with this a little bit, and yet I know nothing about it at the same time. It's just like, there's a princess, there's a Wesker, there's
planes
some
with
pilot
lasers.
who's a... Yeah, planes with lasers, a space elevator. So this takes place in the Strange Real universe that was the setting for most of the Ace Combat games for a long time, until the weird sort of dark period after 0 or 6. I think it was 6. After whichever the one on Xbox 360 was, when they did Assault Horizon and like some mobile games, and then
and
Infinity. Which Infinity wasn't terrible, but it was pay to win, free to play, quote unquote, multiplayer. And it was interesting. It was really fun for like 2 weeks when it had first come out, and I could compete with everyone.
Yeah.
And then the whales who were spending, hundreds of bucks to advance faster on the tech tree than everyone else started getting way ahead. And I was like, oh, I'm just getting destroyed now. Especially because, like, initially it was all actually co-op, which was kind of what was really interesting to me about it. Because it was all co-op missions, and so you kind of had to try and coordinate with random people on the internet to do as good as you can on the co-op mission to, earn experience and loot and move forward in the game and whatnot. And then they introduced like a like head-to-head multiplayer, I think it's like 6v6 or something mode where you could shoot each other down and stuff. And that quickly dominated the game. And I really lost interest after that.
I mean, conceptually it sounds cool, but when you start throwing in the free-to-play, pay-to-win mechanic, it really it gets sour quick.
Yeah. It was stuff like you had fuel, which was how much you could play per day, where like a mission would cost you 1 fuel, and you got like 1 fuel every 4 hours. So you could essentially play like I think it was you had absolutely no extra fuel, 3 missions a day, basically. Because you could max it like 3 fuel or something. It was weird. But you could buy extra fuel to play more each day. You could buy experience boosters that like doubled the amount of experience you had and like doubled the speed that you would move through the tech tree as you played the game. And just kind of skeezy stuff like that. So you could upgrade your planes way faster than everyone else if you blew money on the game. But yeah, so it's going back to its roots. Fucking anime as shit stories. Lots of pretty cutscenes. Fucking, do you care what color the sky is? Bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, because I guess you weren't as attracted to these games as I was, because I think like me actually, you probably assumed they were like sim type games, like they were more flying sim.
Flight sims, yeah.
Yeah,
and immediately.
and they definitely look like that. I mean, like the amount of detail they put into the planes and like their stats and stuff does smack of like flight simmy stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're officially licensed planes in the game. They're not just G17 or whatever instead of F16. Like it's a fucking F16 modeled down to every little bit that they can.
Right.
But the actual controls are pretty simple. You have one stick to fly, one stick to look around if you want. A button makes you go faster, a button makes you go slower, and then, some other buttons to shoot missiles. It's almost, I would say it's more like almost like StarCraft than, like Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Right.
Or did I say StarCraft? I meant Star Fox. Sorry. More like Star Fox than like, Microsoft Flight Sim or Wing Commander or something.
Oh, Wing Commander. Classic.
Yeah. But yeah, the fucking Ace Combat games are really fun. Like I hate flight sims, but I love Ace Combat.
I think I'm gonna have to give those a go either on my own time or maybe here on the channel one of these days.
Yeah. I think that's like those are some of the games I really want to play for the channel at some point. Is like the old PS2 era Ace Combats, like 4, 5, and 0. Yeah.
So let's move on.
So we've delayed long enough. Can't put it off anymore.
I know I can't. So, a game that I thought was just an April Fool's Day joke that turns out to be real, but isn't actually the fighting game that I thought it was going to be, and it's a beat 'em up, and it actually has a potential to redeem itself. Here we go with the official Nintendo Switch trailer for Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn.
Yes.
Click.
That sweet switchy click.
Ugh.
At least they're really self-aware about it.
Oh God!
A day that will live in infamy. It's done.
Really bad.
Really bad.
Now, one
See, like it's
Shaq Diesel, baby.
that,
See, this...
they're very aware of the fact that people, they're not like some weird nostalgic like, oh yeah, I loved Shaq Fu and I want to bring it back. It's somebody's like, hey, this game was dumb. Let's make a new one and try and make it better this time. It'll be better than the old one, which is not a high bar to clear.
Coming soon to the Nintendo Switch and every other system. Nintendo.
Now, what's interesting to me is he says there's like a line in that the music there, Lo Wang, I'm coming for you, as in like Lo Wang from fucking the shit Shadow Warrior.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. I wonder if maybe I just missed like it's like there's some other part of the name that I missed or something, but I thought that was interesting. Yeah, it looks okay. It's a 2D beat 'em up.
Yeah, and
I'm always down for a little beat 'em up action.
Right. I'm not entirely against it anymore, but yeah.
Yeah, it's It's the next one that I'm really against.
We're gonna have some words
Ooh,
about
boy.
that in a second. All right, so first let's show you the trailer, and then Mitch is gonna talk about something, and I'm going to ignore every word of it because I geeked out at this. Here we go
Man.
with Bubsy, the Woolly Strike
Woolly
back.
Strike.
World hunger.
Yeah.
Nuclear proliferation.
Because everything from the
Reality
90s is back for better or
One of those
worse.
horrors compared to gunball deprivation.
Oh man, fucking.
I've
I
been
mean-
to settle this score since 1993.
As much shit as I talk about it, like it's Black Forest. They made the Jonas Sisters reboot, which was pretty good, and this literally looks like that reskinned. So it's
Yeah,
just
like-
man, Bubsy. Like I know people are people have like nostalgia for the old Bubsy games, but I've gone back. I've tried to play them again because I played those games on the Sega Genesis, and hoo boy, they did not age well. Even for like pixel art games, which usually ages pretty well.
I'm
Oh man.
not going to disagree with that. Like I beat that game back in the day. I can't make it past the first set of stages.
Yeah, no, they're super like the fucking fall damage. Seriously, in a platformer, Bubsy has fall damage, and there's like not a clear way to tell like how far you actually have to fall
Yeah.
to get the damage. It's so weird. Man, there were some odd design decisions with those two games. And we shall not speak of the one that shall not be spoken of.
No, we won't. I assure you.
But yeah, so Bubsy's back. Like I said, Black Forest is making it. They kickstarted a Jonas Sisters remake that was pretty good. That I actually backed way back years ago. Now it was like early in the Kickstarter days. Really one of the few actual like reboots on Kickstarter that went well. That nobody really complained about. Jesus.
Yeah.
There's a Bubsy cartoon pilot. My God.
I kind of remember that they were trying to do that and trying to make a big like brand out of it, and it just never got traction.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Bubsy 2 had a tie-in with fucking Nerf.
wow. I had no idea.
Yeah, one of the things you could pick up was the Nerf Ballzooka.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. They were totally, it's like the same thing with Jazz Jackrabbit and, Commander Keen. Excuse me. There were a million games in the 90s that were just trying to cash in on Mario and Sonic, basically.
Yeah.
Here's a smarmy, like even into the 3D era with like Gex and fucking Spyro the Dragon, the Bandicoot Crash. All those games were basically, some more successful than others were basically just like, hey, here's like a cute mascot type of character and a video game to go with it. Please buy it and buy millions, buy the cereal, get the fucking the doll and the t-shirt,
Yep.
the playset. We'll keep making them,
Spaceballs, the flamethrower. The kids love it.
Yeah. Oh man.
So moving on to
So yeah.
an excerpt of the E3 press conference. BioWare unleashed their newest IP on the world entitled Anthem.
Yeah. So let's see. We're just gonna show you the 30-second teaser here, because the only other video they put up is like 6 or 7 minutes long.
Yeah, of the gameplay review.
Yeah, and honestly, you're not missing anything. This is the most generic video game ever made. It's so forgettable that when I put this trailer in the list, I had to watch the trailer again to remember what the name was.
The story doesn't end here.
Seriously. I challenge you to actually remember anything from that in 20 minutes. Or just tell me something about the game. What's it about? Tell me about the main character or anything. The lore, the universe. It's so bland. It's just fucking it's just a mishmash of everything else that's been cool for like the last 5 years.
This is like, I think they tried to reskin probably like they're like, let's do another Mass Effect project, and when they realize that they fucked up Andromeda, they're like, no one wants to see the words Mass Effect ever again.
Yeah, and it's just like, it seems like they're going for primarily a Destiny feel, especially in the gameplay, because the actual game is like online multiplayer MMO-ish, sort of MMO-like, but sort of not.
Right.
And man, just everything about it looks as bog standard capital V video capital G game as it could be. Like, you have power armor that's customizable, and fucking it's a sci-fi world with a jungle and a bunch of ruined old ships and big monsters to fight. It's literally just like they put Destiny, Evolve, Star Wars, Halo, Warhammer 40K.
It is like every trope ever.
Yeah, and it's all just mashed together, and it's just this bland mix of stuff. And like the gameplay doesn't look that fun. I watched, the actual sort of gameplay trailer, and maybe it's just because I've been playing a lot of Overwatch lately for the Overwatch anniversary event, but you barely even have to do anything.
Yeah.
Like the game, the trailer they show, you almost never shoot anything with like a gun in a way that's challenging. One character has a mortar that's like mounted on his power armor's back that just, he aims, for a splash zone to put down, and it kills a bunch of things. And then the character whose perspective we're showing, it's like, oh, a bunch of enemies swarmed in, and he just auto locks on, or she, I guess, has like an auto lock that just, tracks all the enemies and then shoots 50 missiles to blow them all up. And basically the game is just standing there and looking at enemies until they die. Sorry guys, like not even like moving around. There's not a lot of strafing or worrying, even in like because there's a couple different pieces of footage, and there's one that shows a little bit of a closer encounter with an enemy, and even that, like the characters just kind of stand around and shoot at stuff until it dies, because it's like these like trash enemies that pose no challenge. There's going to be a Diablo-esque looting element, so that's becoming popular again. I mean, even the fucking name, Anthem, what does that mean? What does that say about the game or the universe? That like it's got a song about it?
It doesn't really offer us much. I mean, it is an announcement in its infancy, and I mean,
I really hope, I hope this game started development 2 weeks ago, because boy, it needs some time in the oven.
I mean, there have been a number of instances lately where BioWare has given us reason to not be faithful.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, it's a BioWare game, but there's no personality.
That is
like
true.
more than it looking generic. Like, we never learn what's a character's name is never said in any of the footage. And you hear, like, I guess a main a character, presumably I imagine it'll be like other BioWare games where you get to sort of create your character. But the characters that speak in the trailers, like, they don't even say, it's like they didn't have to write any lines for the trailer. Like, there's a conversation in the full gameplay trailer that's literally just cliched lines taken from other things. I mean, literally, there's not a single word in it that's not like, I've heard that's something I haven't heard in another game before. This character walks up to your character and asks if you can go rescue some guys for him. And he's just like, look, I made a mistake. What did you do? I fucked up. And it's just like, okay, this isn't really a conversation. This is like the most generic fucking thing. Oh man, you just have to see it, man.
It's fanfic, the video game.
Yeah, it'll put you to sleep. It is the opposite of like a good BioWare conversation. It's just cliched lines with no context, really, to let us know, like, here's kind of what the game's about. Just sort of, here's the most generic RPG mission ever. Fucking go do it. And they do the simulated headset kind of like gamer to gamer voiceover talk, you know? And oh man, I hate when trailers do that. Like Rainbow Six, like I was turned off of Rainbow Six Siege because they did that in one of their first trailers. And I kind of regret that because it looks like a good game. When they revealed it, it's a bunch of like this whole scripted conversation between, you know, the players doing all this cool stuff. And I'm like, that's not how anybody actually talks. That's not what playing the game's going to be like. So yeah. Whew.
So let's move
Anthem
on to
looks really disappointing.
Yeah, let's move on to an RPG that everyone's looking forward to and will probably never see in their lifetime because they need to put out Kingdom Hearts 2.95.
Yeah.
But here we go.
This is the Xeno's paradox of our day. We're never quite going to get there. It's always going to be just fucking inching closer and closer, but always one more decimal point, one more fucking little tiny bit away.
But here we go with a gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh my god, it's Just Cause.
Oh man, I don't know. It might come out someday. At least it looks pretty. I'll give it that.
Does. The gameplay looks super fun, like always.
Yeah, nice action RPG combat.
And now more than ever is the time where this is something that they should put out because action RPGs have taken over, essentially.
Oh yeah, Dark Souls changed the game.
Hades.
It is. It's interesting that they used the Japanese voiceover for this. Although I guess with localization, it's probable that they haven't gotten that far yet with the game.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll go really bold and completely counterintuitive and actually release it in Japanese only.
Yeah.
They're not gonna. It would be amazing and like hilarious if they did and a bunch of people complained, but they're totally not gonna.
This is what I'm going to feel bad for the developers for right now. There are going to, no matter how long it takes, no matter how polished this game is, they're all still going to complain. Fans of the Kingdom Hearts series are no better than Star Wars fans when it comes to things like that.
Yeah. Man.
Also, I need to like read wikis on the lore of Kingdom Hearts because I don't fucking get any of it.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. All I know is Sora's clothes got darker, so I guess this is like the empire of Kingdom Hearts games, maybe. Who knows?
They're going to be showing off new stuff at D23 this year.
Yeah, whatever that is. Oh, don't make me sad with that. Get it away.
And that only made number 6 on that list.
Jesus Christ. Is that the Microsoft canceled games list?
Top 10 broken E3 promises of all time.
Oh.
Courtesy of our friends
Damn.
at WatchMojo.com.
Only number 6. That's kind of impressive.
It was spearhead, or it fell short of things like Star Wars 1313.
Oh yeah.
No Man's Sky.
Hoo boy.
Yeah.
That's another one that fucking like. Shit. Anthem. See, that's how hard it is to remember the name of that fucking game. Anthem. Like, that's another game that I'm like, oh, I guess they threw a little bit of that in too, because they have like some kind of discovery, like you get XP for, exploring a new zone kind of stuff. Like, oh, you jumped in a lake, XP. You jumped out of the lake, you looked in a cave, XP, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay. Here we go, moving on to the Geek Out.
Let's go to Metro Exodus. Let's save that one for like the big one for last.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, because that's the one where I think both of us are gonna like flip our shit.
Yes. Oh. Hold on, we have to watch the Origins trailer of Assassin's Creed again. No, we don't.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Cut away from the Xbox One X fucking boo-de-boo. No, this is where you're gonna have to say a little bit more because I have never touched any of this series.
So basically, Metro is there's two games that predate this one: Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. Basically, these games take place in Moscow, Russia, after World War III, which is very short. Basically, the U.S. and Russia nuke each other, destroy the world, and the only survivors in Moscow are basically the people who happened to be on the subway at the time of the launch, or who managed to get down into the subway tunnels.
Okay, just telling me that part of the concept means I'm so sad that I missed out on all of these.
Well, don't worry. The developers, I think Deep Silver, either developed or published, they released sort of remastered, redo versions.
The Redux versions. I've seen those on Steam sales.
Yeah, and those are fucking gorgeous. Those are both really good. And basically, these are, they're like Doom or Quake or, they're linear hallway shooters, I guess. Over time you collect an arsenal of weapons and you get upgrades and you just have to make your way through levels.
I love the fucking HUD effects.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the gas masks and shit are great. There's actually a button in the first two games. There's a button to wipe your mask off when it gets too dirty, and you need to remember to use it. And yeah, just the little the water on the eyepiece, on the goggle cover or whatever. And no, these games are gorgeous. They're super sad. They have really good stories, for video games. So yeah, this is a game that definitely takes place later, because this doesn't look like Moscow exactly. And the fact that this guy can take his mask off, at least at high elevations, where the air, I imagine, is a little cleaner,
right,
suggests that some time has gone by. Because in the first two games, also the music in this trailer is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's very sort of video gamey, mix of orchestral with some kind of synthy sci-fi effects, but it's really well made, really well composed. It might actually be from the previous Metro games. It sounds really familiar for some reason. But yeah, essentially the air is so polluted in the first two games that you just can't go outside without a gas mask, and there's a whole time element to it. When the character looked at his watch earlier, it was to see how much life his filter had left, basically. And already, in this trailer, we haven't seen a human opponent. We've seen rats, now a wolf. Again, that's, I think, a kind of a change from the previous games, which were mostly about life in these subway tunnels and how cramped and dirty and sad and unhappy it is. And just the conflict within the tunnels, because after the apocalypse, all the old Soviet Russia diehard guys who miss the the KGB and fucking Putin and shit, they basically start a new Soviet empire in the tunnels. And there's a faction of anarchists and a sort of liberal democratic faction, and you're kind of, a lot of it is about the politics between these groups and living with these weird sort of little empires that are cut out of the tunnels. Last Light kind of opens up a little more and lets you go above ground more frequently, and clearly this one really opens up. Yeah, we are nowhere near Moscow at this point. So, yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah, no, this game looks good.
And
like I said,
want
both
to play the other games now.
Yeah, fucking, oh man, too many games. Goddamn, gotta play fucking Ace Combat. Gotta play the Metro games. Fortunately, they're they're relatively short. You know, they're not like 200-hour RPGs or anything.
Oh, this is their
You know, they're like
channel splash.
there's something like, you know, I think 12 to 20 hours, kind of depending.
Yeah.
So decent length games, but not terribly long. You can beat them in like a few sessions. And we got two other trailers.
Here we go to another action RPG moving out later this year, early next, I forget which. But welcome to Ashen.
Ashen. Possibly one of the Xbox One console launch exclusive, which I think is Xbox's way of saying it's going to be multi-platform, but we're trying to make you think it isn't.
Dawned, and we rose with this first light.
And yeah, this game looks interesting. It kind of reminds me of Necropolis.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Betrayal.
The art on this is very, very familiar.
Yeah, it's got that sort of like the lighting engine is really good.
In its wake, the night
But the character models and stuff are sort of like low poly in a way. And just like the stylized models with like no faces on them. Well, this one guy has a mustache.
And a cigarette.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah, it looks kind of pretty, you know. I think it'll be another Souls-like, just based on, you know, it's about melee combat, and, you know, it's dark and underground and cavey and dungeony.
This rebirth will end our wandering.
And I guess, yeah, that's fine. I mean, somebody has to keep making Dark Souls games.
Right.
The market demands more. Even if From doesn't want to make more of them, plenty of other people do. And I'll probably end up playing them.
I believe because like we played Necropolis on the channel. I actually really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's a fun game. You know, for what it is, for kind of a lightweight, like chilled out Souls-ish experience. It's totally worth, like, I think, you know, the $20 or whatever they want for it. Yeah.
One last trailer out of the one of two last trailers out of the Xbox press conference. As it was put in our spreadsheet by Mitch this afternoon, Terry Crews, the video game.
I mean, that's pretty much what the trailer is. Or I guess you could call it Old Spice, the video game. Starring Terry Crews as Commander Jackson. Oh, whoops, you're not up to that yet. Microsoft Studios presents a Sumo Digital Production. Yeah, it's weird. They've started adding that to fucking...
They killed the power around the world. We're gonna light it back up because this is far from over. In fact, it's only just begun. That's why we brought in you. You got the talent. Now you need the tech. Big things too far. Today, you throw grenades. Boom. Tomorrow, you'll be throwing cars. Forget dropping bombs. You're dropping buildings. Now it's time to get to work. Time to step up your boom. Oh,
Sold. Done.
Yeah. Old Spice body shit. Old Spice order blocker body wash is too powerful to let this trailer end.
Oh, good. They're keeping the same kind of like heavy
Comic
outlined art style, like.
Yeah. But yeah, fucking if Terry Crews has a significant part in this game, I will absolutely buy it. And I know it's the same marketing technique that makes me buy Old Spice, and I completely understand it on a rational level, and I should know better, but I'm still gonna do it. Also because it's gonna be on PC as well as Xbox, which is nice for me because I have a good gaming PC.
I
That
will
is one thing,
summer
like-
because I'm finally upgrading my video card from a 750 to a 1050.
Oh yeah. But yeah, fucking. That's one thing. Like, I know I give Microsoft a lot of shit, and from a business standpoint, maybe the whole Windows thing isn't like the best idea for them. But I'm glad they're doing it just as a gamer, because it means I don't have to buy an Xbox. I can just, if there's games that come out on Xbox that I really want to play, I can just get them for my PC. I appreciate that.
Right, which is like, eventually that's how I'm going to get Gears of War 4.
Yeah.
I'm waiting until it comes down a little bit more in price, because I know that all I'm going to want to do is play the single player.
Yeah. That is if I can ever get the fucking Windows Store to work.
Yeah,
The last time I tried to get a game on there, it just, like, I don't know, it seems like super buggy or something.
It was
I
really
had
weird when I
problems with
bought
it.
the season pass for KI when they came out on PC.
Yeah. And now I can't find it for it to open to get games. Why Microsoft?
Don't ask me how I know.
Please. Please, why?
Please poke head out.
I can't find store on start menu.
Das müssen.
I unpinned it from my taskbar, so I'm just fucked now, I guess. No Windows games for me. Well. So yeah, those are the I guess the notable fucking trailers for us. The ones that were like, because I'm sure that there's a bunch more stuff that came out today, as far as E3 games, but we don't care about Madden or FIFA. Like, we just don't on this channel. That's not what you come to us for. Hey, Mirage Leonardo 84.
Hey!
Welcome.
Welcome to the channel, yeah!
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about before, fucking Anthem just put me to sleep. But we do have one trailer left that I think Johnny and I are both really excited about.
It's so good that I'm moving my hands so fast that it doesn't look like they're moving at all because I'm in 30 frames a second.
Much like the show upon which this next game is based.
Yeah.
Fucking sorry, my image is all shaky. I really need to do something about that webcam.
Oh yeah, 'cause
Fucking-
that's right. You give it up on top of the monitor.
Yeah,
Here
it's
we go.
on my monitor, and the monitor is super.
Dragon Ball Z gameplay.
Oh god, it's so zoomed in. Dragon Ball Fighter Z. A new experience. A new age of heroes. Oh man. So yeah, this is a new 3-on-3 fighting game. We talked about it earlier. It's the new 3-on-3 fighting game based on Dragon Ball Z, published by Bandai Namco and developed by my favorite video game developer, Arc System Works, the creators of Guilty Gear. And as you can tell, this game is rendered in Guilty Gear Xrd's engine.
Which is just the Unreal.
And-
It's Unreal Engine, but
Well,
it's got Arc System Works footprint all the fuck over it.
Yeah, to call it just the Unreal Engine doesn't do it justice. They had to use a lot of middlewares and a lot of just custom tools to get the cell shading looking like it does in these games. It's a very heavily customized version of Unreal. But man, look at that. If you thought fucking regular ass Guilty Gear was hard to parse with all of like the systems and effects and like the speed of things on screen, this is gonna be fucking impossible. Assist characters, Kamehameha waves, spirit bombs, like every single projectile is going to be a full screen attack with crazy effects and like insane hit sparks and goddamn ridiculous bullshit and 6 characters potentially on screen at once. Who knows? Oh, it's going to be glorious.
I am a very passive DBZ fan, but I understand the premise of the show. I understand the appeal of the show. And I understand, like, I love over-the-top anything. And that's exactly what that is.
Yeah, like I haven't watched anything Dragon Ball related since I was a teenager. Like as far as my taste in anime, I grew out of that a long time ago. But you know, when I was a kid and it was on Toonami, I loved Dragon Ball Z.
Yep.
So I definitely have the nostalgia for this. And yeah, this game just looks like, you know, it's early to say much about it in terms of like, well, you know, the fighting engine seems to be like this, and the systems and such, and the balance will surely be, you know, it looks fucking fun. You know, it looks like a goddamn crazy. It looks like Marvel on speed, basically. So rip Capcom, I guess. Rest in pepperonis. Because, man, you guys haven't even gotten Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite out yet, and there's already 3 other games, actually. 3 other, like, team-up fighting games that are also in the pipeline. There's this, there's Dissidia, and there's the new Gundam game, which is also going to be, like, a team-up third-person fighter. So, yeah. Needless to say, I'm definitely going to probably pre-order this game. I'm excited. You know, I'm glad Arc is getting like a little more recognition. You know, just because like BlazBlue and Guilty Gear have always been pretty niche in the fighting game. Like they've always been well represented. You know, they get in at Evo every year and whatnot. They've always been kind of niche as fighting games and just games in general go. You know, like most people have played Street Fighter. You know, even you know, Call of Duty fans and like general gamers who don't necessarily play a lot of fighting games, most of them have played Street Fighter. But not a ton of people play Guilty Gear. You really have to look among fighting game fans to find people who've like messed with Guilty Gear and are like, oh yeah, that game, I love that. So I think this will really expose a lot of new people to Arc System Works games, just because, you know, they'll get like the Dragon Ball Z fans who are going to buy this game.
Yeah.
It's got Bandai Namco money behind it, so
also
excuse
yes,
me.
and money for promotions, etc., etc. So you'll probably see that, you know, 'cause you never watch like regular TV and all of a sudden see a commercial for a Guilty Gear or a BlazBlue. Everyone's like, "What is that?" They're gonna advertise the shit piss out of this.
Yeah. Also, don't be fooled. It's going to be multi-platform, PC, PS4, and Xbox. It's just like I said, Microsoft is trying to trick people into buying Xboxes. So I think they paid Bamco basically to be able to put this game on their press conference instead of like Sony's or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Just to try and get like more of that market of, especially, you know, like Xbox has just been getting hammered for years in like the Japanese market. So I feel like this might be an attempt to try and maybe get a little more traction in Japan for the Xbox. But yeah, fucking sorry, I'm replaying the trailer in front of myself and it's distracting.
So
I guess what we can talk about is it looks like it's very Dragon Ball Z oriented. The characters that they show primarily consist of like Goku, you know, a Goku that can go Super Saiyan, like, you know, adult Goku. Basically like Frieza Saga, Cell Saga, and Buu Saga characters. Obviously we saw Frieza, Cell, and Buu. I think I saw Gotenks in there, Vegeta. But like no Chaozu, no Krillin. You know, not a lot of like the sort of jobber characters. No Ginyu Force, which I imagine part of it's just that the game is still in development and they're still developing characters, and like, you know,
they probably spent more time developing like the 6 characters that are like truly iconic with everyone that isn't a Dragon Ball Z fan.
Yeah. Like, yeah, if this trailer was all like Captain Ginyu and fucking the Ginyu Force and like Nail,
or like
no one
Android
would give a
17,
shit.
People would be like, "Who the fuck? What the fuck is this all about?"
Oh yeah. Oh man, the fucking androids.
Yeah.
But yeah, this looks fun. Hopefully, I hope that because it's Arc System Works, it'll have, you know, the good, like, super deep tutorial that Guilty Gear had, like a lot of the training tools.
Yeah.
Fucking, because if Guilty Gear is complex, this game is going to be insane.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
if it's going to have like Marvel level tech, in, you know, that speed of gameplay, holy shit.
There's going to be a barrier. There's going to be a huge fucking skill barrier.
Yeah, like I thought Tekken's skill barrier was bad, but I think this will be up there. But yeah, fucking, I'm just happy. Arc System Work gets to make a game. They're joining Platinum in that sort of zone of like Japanese developers that are a little newer, a little less well known, that are starting to get more recognition. Developing like that good reputation for actually making like great games that people like.
Yeah.
Even though they look like anime, you know, or whatever. And like how I just love how on model the characters are.
Oh yeah.
Like it doesn't look like they tried to
plucked it right out of the show.
Yeah. Like it, you know, like, because I mean Xenoverse like looked good, but there was still sort of that 3D character-y model look to all the characters, and it wasn't perfect. This, I mean, it literally just looks like characters from the show. There's like no, it's completely just one-to-one, and it's kind of amazing how good it looks.
Yeah,
So Bamco's doing this. Oh man, do you think there will be like guest characters from any Exerd stuff or Arc System Works? Maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden like Bang Shishigami like just floated in somewhere.
Oh, that'd be good.
Right? Ginyu Force versus Bang Shishigami.
Yeah, I could see like maybe Soul getting in. Like, you know, he could keep up. You know, he's got a transformation. He's not Super Saiyan, but he's got Dragon Install. You know.
Yeah.
The other thing, actually, that one of my roommates pointed out that's exciting is since it's Arc System Works, that means Daisuke and company, Daisuke Ishiwatari, is probably going to be doing the music and like just covering all of the classic Dragon Ball music, like Head Chowder, Rock the Dragon, maybe.
Oh my god, yes!
Oh, the music's going to be baller. Fucking... Yeah, I'm just excited because fucking Bamco has money, and like they seem to do a good job of spending it. So it's super. I'm stoked to see like Arc System Works get like a game that's actually getting funded really well, out on the market.
And like I touched on earlier, if this goes well and a partnership forms between Bamco and Arc System Works, other crossovers can happen.
Yeah.
Of course, that does also open the doors for some like things that the world would never ask for, like a 3D Guilty Gear.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Yeah, nah, no thanks. I played Guilty Gear 2 Overture Judgment, whatever. Oh boy, that was weird.
Yeah.
That was an experimental game, if there's ever been like an experimental video game. But man, like the possibilities, you know, Blaze Blue, fucking not Dark Souls, Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear entering the same umbrella of stuff as fucking Soul Calibur, Tekken. Oh fuck, I just had it in my head.
J-Stars
versus... Oh yeah, that's right. J-Stars versus, and like, because I mean, Arc System Works did the Persona fighting games, so it like, oh my god, we could finally get the Persona versus JoJo's fighting game that I've been wanting for 10 years.
Oh my god.
Because it's the same shit. It would totally work.
It would totally work, but that is like the nichiest of niches.
It is the weebiest trash of weeb trash after all of like the pervy, ecchi weeb trash, like fucking Galgun and
Galgun.
Senran Kagura. But I mean, it'd be so good. You'd have, because I mean, the personas are basically stands.
Yeah.
And stands are basically personas. They're the same. It would be so easy, like from a gameplay standpoint, to make these two things play together nicely.
A dog that can wield a stand.
Yeah. Hey, there was like an orangutan who had a stand. There was a bird that has a stand, and it's in one of the fighting games. Pet Shop.
I want to play. I still haven't played any of the Namco JoJo's games.
Oh my god. So I haven't played any of them, but I watched the Best Friends playthrough of Eyes of Heaven. It actually looks pretty good. It's like a third person beat 'em up sort of fighting-ish hybrid.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's even like a multiplayer mode. It's kind of reminiscent of like the Naruto fighting-ish games, the Ultimate Ninja Storm, etc.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that looked fun. It had an engaging enough story to keep me watching like the playthrough. Man, I would love to see like Iggy and Ricky Mar. Is it Ricky Mar? No. Fuck, who's the dog from Persona 3? Is it Ricky Maru? There's a dog in Persona 3. It'd be cool if him and Iggy like talked and hung out. Yes. I know I'm like weeding out really hard about this, but this is an idea I've had in my head for literally like a long ass time.
Yeah.
Just if I could make any fucking fighting game like crossover game, what would it be? That thread that comes up on Reddit and Facebook every like 2 weeks that somebody's like, what would you do? That's pretty much always my like stock answer is either Darkstalkers versus Skullgirls, or if somebody's already said that, JoJo's versus Persona versus Guilty Gear Cross Blaze Blue, Soul Calibur edition. Oh man. But yeah, so what a time to be alive.
Yes. Well, that is everything that we had for you from E3 that we are going to talk about. We do have one last story that is going to bring me to Japan in the year 2020.
Oh, shit.
Because ground has been broken on the new Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Japan in Osaka in a 2-minute conveyor belt weird Japanese thing. Oh, no, that's not it. Okay, that's not... There it is. So here we go. Oh, it's 15 minutes long, so I'm not watching that. But... words. Ground has been broken on a interactive technological experience at Universal Studios, all centered around the world of Nintendo. Mitch is...
Yeah, I found a Time article with like a 30-second video.
I'm on board with 30 seconds.
Maybe that... Yeah. But yeah.
There it is.
So,
Whip.
It's a Mario Zone land in a Super Nintendo world. So it's going to only focus on Super Mario World, Super Mario World 2. But get it?
Yeah, I know what you were going with that.
Yeah, I made it funny.
Here we go. Here's the Time article.
Yeah. I guess this one's more about like just the plans and the actual groundbreaking, but yeah, got a Super Nintendo World with a Charles Martinet. What if it's just like you hang out with Charles Martinet and a VR headset and it's just some weird like giant VR park thing? I think you probably know more about it than I do, because I have no idea like what the idea of this park is going to be. Is it going to be like a traditional sort of amusement park, or I don't know why I made this hand again.
Yeah. Much along
I talk with my hands.
You Philip DeFranco. I'm Philip DeFranco. It's going to be along the lines of, like, Universal Islands of Adventure and like, the Marvel section of the park where it's all, like, a couple of Marvel rides and then, a couple of live shows of like people in mascot outfits and things like that.
Okay.
But
That'll be
there's
fun.
talks that if it does well enough in Japan, bringing a stateside version to either of the Universal Studios here in the United States. Either way, I would still go to Japan to do this because I've that's bucket list material. I want to go to Japan.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I just kind of had a thought, like brainstorm. So they mentioned some stuff with like LEDs and cameras and weird stuff in this article. I was just thinking, like, so they show Mario collecting coins in the video, and I was thinking, how could they do that with like visitors? Because that's absolutely a thing I would want to do on a Mario World sort of theme park. Is like, I want to collect coins, I want to get power-ups. I was just thinking it would be probably super easy to do with like smartphones and just like augmented reality type stuff.
oh yeah, like Pokemon Go sort of things, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Where you can walk around the park, and if you like aim your phone in the right direction, you can like see a coin, tap, and maybe like it'd probably be really expensive for them to actually let you buy things with the coins, but I guess maybe if it was like a sort of like an arcade redemption thing, where if you go through the whole park.
I was just about to say that like before I went into a yawn, but yeah, exactly. Oh, I got another coin. That's like 20 tickets. And you go for, like,
and then it's like
the Super Mario Brothers eraser.
Yeah, you find like 100 coins, and you get like I don't know, fucking like a hat or a jacket would probably even be too expensive, or a T-shirt or something in the gift shop for free.
Yeah, like something
like that'd be fun.
Yeah, like if you complete the scavenger hunt all around Nintendo World and go see everything that they've worked so hard on doing, and all of a sudden like, oh, I just got like this, this really nice exclusive T-shirt that you can't buy.
Oh, that'd be awesome. And it'd give them a chance, like how so in Disneyland and I think Disney World too, the designers and the people who built the park hid like Mickey heads everywhere.
Yep.
Even in parts of the park where there's no reason for a Mickey head to be there. Like that would actually be like a cool thing to like work into this, and you could reward people for like looking into this stuff instead of just having a cracked article about it 10 years later or whatever. Like, oh, the more like little things you notice about the park, like, oh, hey, cool, yeah. And that's just one idea. This could be really cool.
Yeah, like this has so much potential. I mean, they're spending 3 whole years building this thing.
Yeah.
Because their goal is to have it done for the 2020 Olympics in Osaka. So, that's like going to be the peak of tourism, period.
Yeah. I hope they can do it. That seems a little ambitious to me. Like essentially 2 years. Well, yeah, I guess about 3 years actually, because it'll be the Summer Games, so right around exactly 3 years from today, that they'll have to get it built, up, running, ready to go. Work out the kinks hopefully, and once they're done, work out like the Stooges and the David Bowie, and the Mott the Hoople,
and the Iggy Pops,
the Beatles. Yeah, I did it funny. But yeah. So you mentioned what like Universal Studios might get one of these, right?
It's if this I forget what article I was reading, or actually I think Suzanne was reading it also, saying something about if this does well enough, they would potentially think about opening it up at one of the Universal parks here in the U.S.
Yeah, I'm seeing it in the Time article now. I was just thinking if they do it in Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida. If they do it in Universal Studios, god damn it! Shit.
Fucking A, man! Don't be me!
If they do it down in fucking Orlando, they've got to do a Splatoon expansion. There's got to be like a Splatoon part of it, because it's such a perfect opportunity. Because they got Nickelodeon there. They got all the gack in the world. You could literally have people play real life Splatoon.
Fuck yes!
Oh my god. and probably like have a lot of showers. But
Well, just to have it be like, like the paint that they throw at you for like those fucking color runs that tour the country.
yeah.
There's like a 5K that you walk by and they just fucking blast you with powdered paint.
Oh man.
I mean,
Gotta
it
have that
washes off
gap,
in like a
though.
heartbeat, but
Yeah. But man, yeah, I could see this working really well, depending on what they do. I mean, I'm sure it'll make money like crazy because it's Mario, you know. But yeah, fucking exciting. After all these years, finally a Nintendo theme park, like a
Yeah.
legit Nintendo theme park. So yeah, I think that was about all the news. It's fit to print.
that was everything we had for you. And thank you. Okay, first of all, E3 guys and all of the news outlets, thank you. We kept this under an hour and a
Yeah.
half.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked.
Like, we're parked right now,
And we
full lifetime of 1 hour, 40 minutes.
Nice. And we actually had time to talk about stuff rather than just be like, here's a trailer. It's cool. Watch it. It's done. Okay, next, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I just blanked out. I was gonna say something.
I mean, we're out of stuff. We didn't plan on a gaming segment because I think we both expected this to run pretty long.
I could just play Bubsy. We're not gonna do that.
And you could.
I mean, that's
Okay,
not a thing,
thank
That's
God.
not a thing we're gonna do.
Yeah.
No,
that would be like my Mighty Number 9 stream. That's the game I would play to break myself on stream.
Yeah, well, what's funny is the last time I tried to stream Mighty Number 9, the stream broke.
Thank God.
The powers aligned and said, no, you are not playing this game. Stop. But, you know what, I think we'll give it a rest here, we'll breathe, and next week we're gonna have just as much, if not more.
Yeah.
Because
I
as we
mean,
speak
like-
right now, the Bethesda press conference is either wrapping up or, yeah, it's just about wrapping up now.
No, it's starting, I think.
Oh, no,
I want
no,
to say it started at 8 Pacific.
9 Pacific, so it's not even on yet.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
I just looked at what time it was. So the Bethesda press conference is right now.
Yeah, and Sony's tomorrow. And then Nintendo is Tuesday?
Yep, and then the PC World is also tomorrow.
That's right.
I'm also excited about that. What's nice is with my day job, I get to watch that live. So I'm super excited about that.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, I think we're gonna bring this to a close here and let this breathe for next week. So until then, if you have not yet, there's a follow button down below. Just punch it right in the face. Head on over to YouTube, slam down that subscribe button. Follow us on our social media outlets. That is at Quarter Munchers, all one set of characters. Until the next time that we meet, I am Johnny.
And I am the Winners.
And the arcade is closed.
Yeah.